an honor to be here with you today for your practice. Thank you for showing up for yourself, most importantly. Today is a focus on the upper body, a little bit of yin, a little bit of restorative, some breath work, and a little bit of sound to finish it off and support you through your Savasana. I have a yoga mat here. If you have one, go grab that. If you don't have a yoga mat, you can use a blanket, you can use a towel, you can use a rug, carpet, anything that's sort of comfortable for your body to rest on. If you have a bolster or a pillow or a rolled up towel that you can use for support, perhaps even some blocks if you have those available. And let's begin. So I'm in hero's pose. So you can start like this, or you can sit on your seat in an easy pose in Sukhasana with the legs crossed or folded. And once you get settled into your space, maybe close the eyes. Begin slowing down the breath and maybe even enhancing the breath with a few longer inhales and exhales. This breath I'm doing in through the nose, out through the mouth. It's a little bit of a cleansing and a clearing breath. So maybe a couple more of those. Taking your time with each one. And once you feel complete with that, you can settle back into your natural breathing rhythm, in through the nose, out through the nose. Where we're not really manipulating the breath in any way, but we're simply observing it. Witnessing it as it moves in through the body, in through the nose, down the back of the throat, down to the belly. And then exhaling, and all that goes in reverse from the belly to the chest, to the throat, out the nose. And we'll just stay here for a few moments, allowing yourself to settle. And giving yourself and your body permission to land right here in this present moment. Releasing where you've been and releasing where you think you might be going or needing to go. And becoming aware of this moment that's right here, the here and now. Maybe take a light scan all the way from the toes up to the top of the head. Just become aware of any parts in the body or any sensations you might be feeling, emotions that might be brewing under the surface. Just take note. And then I invite you to come into the heart space, and you might even want to bring your hands there, however you'd like to. Breathe into the palms. Maybe notice the heartbeat and the energy that's swirling around in this space. If you care to set any intention for yourself in your practice, feel free. And one more nice deep clearing breath. releasing the arms and the hands to the sides. And as you inhale, let's lift the chin, drop the head back, open the throat. Exhaling, chin to chest. One more time, lift and inhale. And drop the chin and exhale. And do this a few more times at your own pace and take notice of the shoulders. Take note as to what you're feeling in the neck. Sometimes it can feel pretty tender doing these. So be mindful of the range of motion, softening into those edges. Noticing what gets broken up even as you open and expand into these spaces. And once you move back through center, we'll pause in that neutral space. Take a breath. And then dropping the right ear to the right shoulder. Just letting the head hang heavy. And then letting that opposite shoulder, so the left shoulder, hang really heavy. You might even bind that left arm behind the back, and you'll really start to notice this lengthening through this left side, all the way from the trap, up the neck, up to the occipitals. And just breathe right here. Breathe in and release. Notice if your jaw is soft. And we'll take one more full breath cycle right here. If you have the bind, release the bind. Bringing the head back up through center and noticing that transition. You might feel more in the release. Maybe take a few circles. Nice and slow with the head. Moving one direction, moving the other. And once you get back to that neutral space, take a moment, reset, and then lower that left ear to the left shoulder. Right shoulder drops, maybe right arm binds, and soften into the shape. Find your breath. And keep coming back to the breath, keep coming back to the body. One more breath on this side. Arm releases first, and then the head slowly rises. Once again, taking Maybe a circle in one direction, and then a circle in the other. Maybe nodding, yes, no, whatever feels good for you. Taking the shoulders, rolling them out a few times. Notice those little crunches you might be hearing or feeling in the shoulders. And then go ahead and find your tabletop position. And from here, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips as best as you can. Maybe dancing your lion, swooping the body around in some circles. Opening up some space into those joints, the wrists, the shoulders, the hips, the knees. Maybe even moving through a few cat-cows. Where you breathe in, you drop the belly, lift the chin, lift the tailbone. And as you exhale, you might tuck the toes, round the back. Just a little undulation for the spine, just warming everything up. Saying hello. Preparing the space. Coming back to that neutral space, that tabletop, we're going to thread our right arm underneath the left one. Dropping down onto that right shoulder, keeping the hips lifted, maybe turning the head to the left. You can stay rooted in that left hand, that left palm. You can extend the arm out in front. You might even bind behind the back. Really feel that right shoulder blade starting to peel away from the back. Notice the breath. Breath is full, intentional. You might hear my belly rumbling a little. Things are moving. So with these yin postures, the length of time that we hold the shapes is approximately 2 or 3 to 5 minutes, depending on the practice, depending on the asana. It gives you enough time to really be in it and to really open up, perhaps surrender, release, acknowledge. Let's take one more breath right here. And then releasing yourself from the shape. a little movement if you'd like. It's going to look different for everybody. I always encourage you to just do what your body guides you to do. I'm taking a child's pose. And then as you rise back up to table, you'll thread that left arm through and drop down onto that left shoulder, and adjusting the right arm however you see fit to support you and where you are, what this side is experiencing. Allowing the breath to roll all the way through the entire body each time. And taking one final breath here. And slowly releasing yourself from the shade back to neutral. And then sitting your hips all the way back to the heels and coming into a child's pose. Your knees could be wide, they could be close. Your arms could be forward or back. Take what's calling you. Let the whole body become heavy. Heavy in the bones, heavy in the muscles. Trust that the ground is supporting you, the earth is supporting you, that your body is supporting you. Keep giving your breath the permission to guide you through your practice, through whatever is being revealed and illuminated for you to see. Everything that shows up deserves to be acknowledged and witnessed, loved, held, felt. And taking one more nice deep breath.
Rooting those palms into the floor. And then drawing your body up as you breathe in. As you exhale, come all the way to the belly. Propping up on the forearms for Sphinx. You might want to take your feet a little wider. Spread the palms, but let the fingers be soft. Let the hips and the belly drop toward the floor. And as you press up and out of the elbows and you lift up through the heart, the shoulders naturally want to draw back as the heart shines forward. Option here to keep the head neutral, and you could keep the eyes closed, or you can focus on a drishti point in front of you. Releasing and relaxing the muscles in the lower part of the body so the glutes are disengaged. So wherever you're feeling this in the body specifically, bring your breath to that area. It might even be the mind. If the mind is still swirling around, bring the breath to that space. Now you'll notice in your poses that as you move into a longer period of time in the shape, the sensations sometimes intensify and sometimes they dissipate. And this is again for you to witness and observe and act accordingly. So you may lean in a little deeper. You may need to adjust at times. Honor yourself, respect your body, respect what it's speaking to you. For these last few breaths, you have the option here to drop the chin. Keep the body lifted, just drop the head. See what that feels like. A nice long stretch through the back of the neck, through the upper shoulder blade area. And then as we inhale, we lift the head. Lower the upper body down a little bit. Plant the hands and press yourself back again to a child's pose, just for a few breaths. Little transition space. Feeling that nice relief and reprieve for the back. Lifting the head as we inhale and drawing ourselves back up to that tabletop. Moving into a little bit of a deeper shoulder and heart opener, which is puppy or melting heart. So dropping down to the forearms. Again, the hips stay lifted. And then lowering the head either to the third eye, to the side, or even to the chin, if that's available for you. Creating a hammock type shape with the upper body. The arms straighten. You might even hollow out the belly or engage your bandhas if that's in your practice. Mula bandhas, the pelvic floor. Just continue to notice yourself in the moment, how your responses and sensations are shifting throughout your practice. And simply being in the feeling and in the body a little bit more than in the mind. And you will notice that you go back and forth. That's all part of it. One more breath right here. Nice deep inhale through the nose and out the mouth. And slowly coming out of this shape, however you choose to. Coming back to a seat. Bringing the legs out in front of you. Take your time. And if you have your bolster or pillow handy, we're going to place this behind us for a supported back bend. I like to fold mine in half to be a little higher. If you need any support for the head and the neck, you can place a block or something behind. And simply allow the heart to open. The arms can be wide. They can be on the body. They might even be up behind the head. And keeping the knees lifted for the first part and the feet rooted. And then option to extend the legs long or come into butterfly, where the soles of the feet come together and the knees drop out to the sides. This is your personal preference. Keep coming back to the breathing. Sometimes we start to drift off, and that's fine. If you are spinning in the mind, however, come back to the breath. And keep honoring where you are, what you're noticing, how you're feeling. Now, if you have your head all the way back like I do, what I'm doing is cupping the back of the head and slowly lifting everything together till I come to more of a neutral spine, and then I'm rolling off to the side and pressing myself up so I can take that bolster away, and then coming back down to my back and hugging the knees into the chest.
maybe rolling from side to side or taking some circles, just to roll out the back. Giving yourself a little hug, perhaps. And whenever you're ready, lower your whole body down to your final resting pose, Savasana. You can use whatever props you might want, maybe under the knees, or a blanket on top, or simply just lay yourself out nice and straight. Long limbs, give yourself some space, take up some room. Let the whole body drop in. And receive the sound of the bowls. Invite in a nice deep breath. Just become aware of your body lying in stillness, receiving all the benefits of your practice, this time you've given to yourself. And stay here as long as you'd like. Maybe even take a nap. And when you do decide to shift back in and move and rise, do so mindfully, with intention, with gratitude. And thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Until next time. Aho. Namaste.